Sorry, I farted.
Okay, I have to change that. How's it going, everyone? How you guys doing tonight? Today, where we're from this beautiful world. Welcome to Beer and Cheese Tuesday, and this is where we pair up beer and cheese and we see if it works. Got a great panel as always here. Cheers to Bumpy Road Brews.
Cheers.
East Coast LQ Reviews.
Cheers.
And Miscellaneous Brew Reviews. Thank you guys for being here. Cheers to Beers and Banter and Commerce Ozzy. Cheers to you guys, man. Thanks for showing up in the chat, and everyone else that pops on in. Let's go ahead and get this going, starting with Bumpy, and yeah, fun times. Boom.
Okay, so I have yet to take my cheese out of the wrapper. So, this one's from Prima Bella. Or Bella Rosa. Bella Rosa, maybe it's called Prima Bella. It's an Italian herb Havarti cheese. It's got the Italian herbs all the way around it. So I'll be getting that out of this package eventually and slicing it up. The beer that I'm going to pair with it is probably not really going to work, but I'm going to do it anyways. This comes from Resilience, which is the American Ale project of Schilling Beer Company. So they do more like the Americanized like beers, like double IPAs and stuff like that, versus the Germanic beers that Schilling does. This one is a double IPA at 8.5% called Bondcliff. Bondcliff it's a mountain range or something in New Hampshire. Yes. And I don't know what hops are in it. I tried to look it up to see if they would say what hops are used, and it does not state what hops are used. So it does have a born on date, though. November 15th. So it's about 3 weeks old.
Perfect.
Let's go ahead and open it up, give it a pour. We'll see if an American double IPA will blend with some Italian herbs.
Right on.
I've already looked good.
Yeah, dude.
Okay. Very tight, frothy white head. Ooh, I just saw something. I thought I saw something in the glass, but I don't know anymore. It could have just been because it was like a green thing. So I think I had a water because I rinsed my glass out. So I think it was a water droplet on the side, and it picked up the color of my green. I thought like a little hot pellet or something hit the side of the glass. There's nothing there. Okay. This is a hazy, murky, kind of milky orange coloration to the beer. And yeah, it seems to have a lasting head on it too. So, all right. I'll go ahead and start cutting open my cheese.
Nice. Thanks, Bumpy. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, Tanner.
Cheers, Bumpy.
Cheers.
All right. Let's show the cheese first. So I've had the other one that I can get in my area. I forgot exactly what it was, the name of it. But I know Miscellaneous has had this one. It's Cabot Legacy Collection, the Farmhouse Reserve. Super premium aged cheddar cheese. Says bold, creamy cheddar. Honors classic European cheese making at its best. What else we got on here? Naturally lactose free, gluten free, no artificial growth hormones. Anything else? We get a sell by date 8/7/23. This is what it looks like. It's a dry cheese, kind of flaky, crumbly looking cheese. Got some slices there. Wow, that's really bright. See if I can do this without it falling. It's really flaky.
I like those kinds.
It's too bright. Yeah, you get the gist. So there's that, and then I got this is by Burlington Beer Company. It's Complicated Being a Wizard, double IPA. 8% alcohol by volume. This was canned. It's a little on the older side. 921. It's about close to 3 months, less than 3. We got Untapped here. I got some information. It's Complicated Being a Wizard is our flagship double IPA. Pours a radiant glowing orange with. Okay, I think there's a typo there. With which we immerse massive quantities of hops for a bold hop flavor. Brewed with barley, wheat malt, and flaked oats. Sounds good. Hop with Simcoe, Idaho 7, and Chinook for flavors and aromas of ripe papaya, nectarines, orange zest, and dank cannabis. Let's crack it open. I think this is actually this might be my first IPA by Burlington.
Oh, well.
I think. I could be wrong. I don't think I've had an IPA by them. I had those barrel aged beers that Bumpy gave me that were really good. Oh my god, look at the floaties. See him.
Oh yeah.
Look at all the floaties.
Now you definitely have something in your glass.
Yeah. It looks pretty good though. It's definitely it's a darker New England IPA. That's like about as golden orange as it gets. But then it's got this I'd say like off-white, about a finger and a half. Kind of a rocky, frothy, kind of creamy looking head on top. Yeah, it looks really good. There's just a lot of chunks in there, but I'm not afraid of the chunks. So we'll see what happens. Cheers.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Cheers. Cheers, Tanner. Thank you, man.
Cheers.
All right.
45.
Tommy, if you want to come up, I can put the link out if you got everything. It's definitely beer and cheese to show. So, yeah. Just let me know, and I'll throw the link up. All right, so let's get this going real quick.
What about me?
Oh, fuck, Miscellaneous. God damn it. Sorry, man. Jesus Christ.
It's all
There
good.
you go. Cheers, Miscellaneous.
Cheers, guys. It's all good, beer man. All right, so I got a cheese. They're out of the UK. That's all it says, out of the UK. By the Atalanta Corporation. It's imported. So yeah, this is called. I guess the name of the company is called Bouncing Berry. Oh no, that's the name of the cheese. Snowdonia Cheese Company. It's a matured cheddar with cranberries. Yeah, it's good. Stays good till next year is what it says. But I opened it. There's a cheese. So yeah, aged cheddar. It's got all kinds of cranberry bits in there. Nice waxy
Nice spread.
cover. That's what it's looking like. It smells pretty good. The beer I've got for tonight is. There you go. The more you know. This is out of Munster, Indiana. What's the ABV? 6.5%. Not a lot of information I could find about what's in this, but this is from Three Floyds Brewing Company. I actually got this in the mail today. It says there's zombie dust.
It's new can art.
Yeah. Yeah, Josh said that he'd never seen it in a big stovepipe can before.
That's cool.
Does have a date on it, package 10/21/22. So not too bad. 62 IBUs. That's the only information I could find. So yeah, pour it up. I've never had this beer.
Tanner, does that beer bring back memories?
It says it's intensely.
That's a old Westie. 7. What did I say? 6.5%.
Yeah, it looks like a Westie.
That was we did a mystery beer, and I got that beer spot on. I said it was like a zombie dust from fucking December.
3-finger head, rocky, sudsy looking. But yeah, It's kind of blondish golden. It's got a little murkiness to it. It's not like brilliant. It's slight haze.
That's a big, nice head.
Enjoy.
Cool.
It's been
Decent.
over a year since I've had a zombie dust.
Yeah, I like that beer fresh.
Wow.
I like their gumball head too.
That cheese looked fucking good too, man. I hope that works. Awesome.
Find out.
Cool, man.
Cheers,
Cheers, Miscellaneous. Thank you, man. Alrighty. Now it's me. Okay. So let's go with the cheese. I didn't cut mine up either. I'll cut it up in a bit, but I got a strawberry spritz goat cheese. I've never seen a strawberry goat cheese before. So
Oh, I had that one.
Have you? Oh,
Yeah, I got it in my fridge.
nice. Okay. Well, we'll see how this works. And then I got a New England. It's actually they call it a triple. It's 10%. Probably say more on the double line. But it's from Anchorage. And it has really cool artwork. It's called the Shield Maiden, 10% from Anchorage, Alaska. It was can 10/6/22, so it's getting there. But I'm going to pour it in a glass that I got from my work tonight. It's a wine glass, but I told them I would use it tonight. That's the company name I work for. So.
Stole it, fair and square.
Nice, milky, murky. Well, it's over here. Here, I'll show this the whole time. No, but it's a nice, murky orange juice, kind of orangey looking color. Yeah, smells really fucking good. Wow, cool. I can't wait to get into this. So, okay, let's get back to Bumpy and start this show. Cheers.
Woo! Cheers.
Cheers, beer man.
All right.
Cheers.
The beer. The head went down. The aroma's on the beer. It's got a lot of juicy bits in it. There is tangerine for sure. That's like right in your nostrils. Boom, tangerine. Apricot note. There's almost a bit of like a gummy candy thing to it too. It's got like a gummy sweetness. Maybe like gummy pineapple. So we're going tangerine, apricot, and gummy pineapples. It's got a sweetness to it too, so there may be some of that malt kind of coming through. Well, almost spilled it on myself. All right, let's go. We're gonna drink it. Cheers.
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 Cheers, well.
Skull.
So medium body. It does have a creamy-like mouthfeel to it. Carbonation is kind of on the lower side, medium. Doesn't interfere too much. Yeah, there's a lot of. I'm going to try to tackle the malt first. There's a little bit of a breadiness, kind of a graininess action going on, but it doesn't get so grainy that it's bad. Sometimes grain flavors in beer just don't match up. This one, it's nicely set. And I think that's just due to the amount of hop flavors that are coming through. There's a sweetness to it. Yeah, it's more along the lines of that kind of citrusy tangerine. Pineapple, slightly. I'm kind of getting this Like it's not coming off quite like papaya, but there is kind of the finish of papaya. It kind of goes a little bit earthy toned, herbal-esque. And the bitterness on it is kind of low side, moderate. Yeah, again, just drink it. It just kind of repeats that. All right, let's eat some cheese. It is drying to the palate too, though. All right. First off, we'll try to smell the cheese.
Cheezers.
The cheese itself doesn't give off a real smell, but you can definitely smell the herbs and spices. It's Italian seasoning. Shake and bake. It's a shake and bake recipe, basically. All right.
Cheezers.
Cheese is very buttery. Maybe a little bit of a nuttiness to it. Definitely get all the Italian herbs and spices. It really tastes or reminds me a lot of shake and bake pork chops, except not as dry. Yeah. Shake and bake pork chops, but in cheese form. All right, let's eat this cheese and then drink beer. Cheezers.
Nice cheezers. Again, did you say pork and cheese? Pork and
Shake and bake pork chops.
pork chops. Nice. Oh wow, weird. Okay.
It is weird. It's all right. Yeah, it works. The spices after eating the cheese and drinking the beer, it kind of amps up. There's a bit of a black pepper burn that actually happens with drinking the beer. But you get all the juicy bits of the beer, you get that tangerine, you get the nice soft mouthfeel, you get all that stuff, and then you still get kind of the herb, the Italian herbs coming through, kind of playing with the finish. But this one kind of does have that kind of earthy toned herbalness to the finish of the beer. It just now has a little bit of Italian seasoning to it as well, and then there is this like spice note, like it actually has a little bite to it, like black pepper, fresh cracked black pepper, which is probably part of the Italian herb spicing. I'm thinking they probably have some black peppercorn in there. So, I can drink and then eat too. Yeah.
Sure. Cheezers again.
Cheezers again.
And again.
Yeah. Nothing's really enhanced that way. You just get the cheese and then kind of you have that slight bitterness from the beer still kind of lingering on. And then the herbs and stuff kick in. It's just less spicy doing it that way. Like when you have the spices in your mouth and you drink the beer, that like amplifies spiciness. It just kind of leaves out the spiciness, but you're left with more of a lingering flavor of the herbs and the kind of earthy toned bitterness of the beer intermingling. So
Excellent.
it's working.
That sounds good.
Yeah. This is a good beer to have with shake and bake pork chops.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Bumpy. Cheers, man. Sounds good to me.
Cheers, Bumpy.
Sounds good to me, man. Cheers, Tanner.
All right. Beer. Talk about the beer first. It's complicated being a wizard. Right off the bat, caramel malt, mango, orange, grapefruit. There's actually a little green apple, some hop resin. It's got a little bit more of something that like the aromas you would get from a Westie. And just by like looking at it, you can kind of tell it's a little bit more on the malty side. Now, I mean, it's a little less than 3 months, so could be possible that it's starting to turn a little bit more malty than compared to if it was fresh. But overall, it doesn't smell bad. A little bit of peach in there as well. But yeah, for the most part, it's definitely a sweeter on the nose. Some hop resin, floral. Let's dive into it. So I believe it has, what do they say, wheat flaked oats. So it's possibly gonna have a nice body to it. Cheers.
Cheers, Tanner.
Cheers. Yeah, filthy animal.
Yeah, it's pretty good. That it's kind of like a I guess you could call this like an American IPA, where it's a good kind of like cross between the style of a West Coast and a New England. Definitely has that malty sweetness, grapefruit and tangerine on the back end. A little bit more lemony, citrusy on the palate. I'm not really getting papaya though, like they say. Mango, a little bit of melon. Definitely more on the bitter side for a double IPA, or I think I'm guessing that this is an American IPA. They just put double IPA on the label. I'm guessing it's an American IPA, not New England or like West Coast. Pretty crushable. It's got like a spritzy, prickly carbonation, so about medium carbonation. It's not as creamy or silky smooth as I would expect with something with the oats and the wheat. It seems a little bit thinner. 8.1%. It's actually not 8.1. Sorry, 8%. It's drinking a little bit thinner than an 8%, which could go both ways, I guess. However you look at it, it's going down a lot easier than you would typically get from an 8%, but it doesn't have like that body and mouthfeel of some of the other 8% double IPAs. Something like this, where they're using those other ingredients to kind of beef up the mouthfeel. It's a little disappointing. It's still a good beer. Don't get me wrong. I'm probably gonna have a decent rating for this. Overall, in my experience in drinking double IPAs, New England IPAs, American IPAs, whatever you want to call them, I'm not a big fan of the caramel malt. I like the caramel malt to be more malt forward than the West Coast IPAs. I don't like the New Englands to have that malty sweetness. I like there to be a little bit more tropical flavor than citrusy. So this beer is a little bit out of my ballpark. Personally, I'll probably give it a little lower score than, let's say, the average Joe. But, I think I was talking about this yesterday. Start getting nitpicky with the New England IPAs. You have so many. Not every New England IPA out of a book of 100 can be a 90 to 95, 96, higher than that. So I am going to try to be a little bit harsher with my scores. Right now, what I'm sipping on, I'm guessing it's probably going to be around like 80 range. Not bad, though. Still very drinkable. Super crushable for an 8%. No booziness, no green burn. The Farmhouse Reserve Cheddar. Nose. Excuse me. This actually has a definitely a sweeter aroma than what I'm used to from cheddars. It's sweeter. There's a lot of nuttiness. tangy, kind of buttery, a good amount of like saltiness. But overall, yeah, it smells pretty good to me. Let's I don't think they say super premium age, but they don't actually say how long it's aged for, at least on the packaging. So it's got in cheesers.
Cheesers.
It's a good cheese. I like it for what it is.
Yeah, definitely on the dry side, but it's also very sweet. It's got a good amount of sweetness. I'd say dry to. I wouldn't necessarily call the cheese creamy. I'd say it's more buttery. As far as like dry to buttery ratio, I'd say it's like a good balance. I say 60% dry, 40% buttery. It's dry up front, but then it's got a nice savory, buttery finish. Good amount of saltiness. It's got a good amount of tang to it. Yeah, solid cheese. I'm not really. There's like a slight, I guess, maybe floral kind of like funkiness on the back end, like slightly, not a whole lot, not noticeably. If you handed this to me, um, I probably wouldn't be able to pick it up. I'm not really sure exactly what the farmhouse means, but it's kind of got a little bit like that slightly funky, dry astringency to it. It's pretty dang good. I think I got a block of this for like 350, 340. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. Very good cheese. I'm gonna have a good number for that. I like that. Like I said, it's got a really buttery, savory aftertaste. Just makes you want to keep eating it. Let's go for a little pairing here. Cheese for the beer. Cheese.
Nice. Cheesers. Jesus Christ.
Crispies.
Now, the cheese flavors kind of gets washed out, but it turns into like this caramel apple. I think the cheese kind of enhances the malt, and it brings out a little bit of like that apple flavor that I was getting with the aroma, but now I'm tasting it on the palate. It's pretty good. I think it like bumps up the sweetness of the beer. The beer kind of cuts through the dry aspect of the cheese, but yeah, it kind of gives off like like I said, a caramel apple. It's kind of weird, but not bad. Let's for science, let's go the other way.
Cheesers. Cheesers again.
You know what I mean.
Let's see the bottom of that glass, Tanner.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, somebody's gonna have gas tomorrow.
That's right.
Peppers or something.
That's sediment. I like the cheese before the beer, as usual. The when you have the beer before the cheese, the astringency and the drying aspect of the cheese totally just kind of cuts through. I guess the citrusy with the astringency bumping up, it kind of increases like the citrusy orange grapefruit. But overall, I definitely like the cheese before the beer. I'm gonna have more of this. So next time around, I'll have some scores. Cheers.
Right on, man. Thanks. Thank you, Tanner. Cheers. All right, miscellaneous. There you go.
All right. So yeah, the zombie dust. It's still holding up. It's still pretty effervescent for 32 minutes or so. 30, let's say 28. That's still kicking pretty good. I'm
Yeah.
impressed. A little bit of lacing, obviously. The will regen ahead. Aromas. It's definitely got a floral dank pininess to it. There's a citrus. It's light. I'm not going to lean towards any which way. It just has a nice citrusiness. I don't think it's leans too much on the grapefruit. Definitely not orange, like out in front. Just got a nice floral citrusy note to it. 6.5, no alcohol present on the nose. There's got a little bit of sweet malt action there. Yeah, it smells pretty good. I guess there's a little bit of a malty, bready, I guess biscuity, little bit. It smells pretty good. I haven't had a good West Coast IPA in a while, so hopefully this hits it. Because,
Nice.
yeah, I don't know. This beer's got a lot of hype. I've heard a lot of things. More on the positive side, of course, that everybody over the years, teeters off. But
I think they call that one I think that one's classified as like an American, but it's more West Coast style, I believe.
yeah,
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheerios.
it's got a medium light body. It's effervescent as it is. I figured it'd be a little bit more crisp. Low carbonation. Fuck it here. Stir it up. Yeah. It's got thinner body to it. I will say there's an earthy, citrusy bitterness. It's not over the top at 62 IBUs, what they're saying. I mean, grapefruit. I'm picking up grapefruit on that citrus, definitely on the palate. It's not over the top though. It's nice. You get that grapefruit citrusy. It's not too bitter. Pine, earthy. The dank kind of sets in on the finish. It's not super dry. Definitely refreshing. I think if this maybe just like a medium carbonation on this. I don't know. I think it just drinks a little bit on the watery's not the. That's a terrible fucking adjective.
Just a little on the thinner side.
It's got a good body to it. I wouldn't say that it's a light bodied. It's like medium. I just wish there's a little bit more going on with the mouthfeel. Honestly, it's a really good beer. I could see myself kicking back, having a few of these, and not having any issues at all. Good.
Yeah, so that's American Pale Ale. That's what
Mhm.
it calls.
Yeah.
What's
What
it
are
called?
Yeah, Pale Ale.
American Pale Ale.
They call it an undead pale ale, right?
All right. So yeah, the cheese, the Snowdonia. Yeah. This cheddar is a little bit more creamy. It's not. They say matured cheddar, but it's not as dry as like something what Tanner's eating on. Yeah, aromas. It's got a nice, rich, tangy, zingy cheddar note to it. I really don't pick up on any of that cranberry, no sweet cranberry, anything like that on the aromas. The cheese is a little bit more out in front. There's a little funkiness to it. It's light, it's mild. You get it with cheddars. It's almost like a semi-sweet tanginess. Yeah, let's go ahead and try it out. Take it for a test drive.
Cheesers, man.
It looked like a little piece of pizza.
That's just
It did.
No way.
That's funny.
Hmm. It's rich. It envelops the palate. The cranberry comes through. You get a nice sweet cranberry kick on it, which kind of works. It's not overly salty. I think that sweet's combating with that savory cheddar in a really good way. A little bit of grit due to cranberry, obviously the additional cranberries and the cheese. It's nice. It's sweet, savory. I would say the cranberries are too sweet. There is a little light tart aspect to it. It's really good. I'd like to try some more cheese from this company. What's the name of it? This is their bouncing berry. Apparently, this is a Welsh cheese, so Jamie C would know if anybody. Yeah, not bad. I could see this going with certain things. Let's try. I just had the cheese. Let's try the beer with it.
Cheesers again.
Cheers.
Yeah, that cheese brought a little bit more of that hoppy note out with the cheddar. Gave it more of like an aggressive, real like fresh hop, like I've gotten in some of these really fresh double IPAs that I've been like trying, like Fidens and some of the other IPAs on the top tier that I've had some other half. It's really brought out that aggressive hoppiness, which I'd like to get a little bit more on the beer alone. I mean, and this isn't too far out. Like I said, what? 10/21, so like what, a month and 2 weeks? Still pretty fresh. And for their description is what they're saying, intensely hopped. I don't think it's just missing the park, but the cheese definitely amplifies that to like where I think it should be at in the glass. So it's beer and then cheese.
Cheesers again and again and again.
That brought out a lot more of the cranberry out of the cheese. Sweeten the cheese up a lot more. Almost like dessert cheese. Like how you guys said you've had the Stilton and you get like that cheesecakey type of sweetness with the cranberry. Really, really good. That's crazy how it could be like savory as hell, and then just something as simple as that. You know, you got the Westy kind of styled IPA, and it turns it more into a dessert cheese. That's interesting. Not bad. I've got no complaints. Hey, that's
Couch cat. Couch cat.
So, yeah, I'm gonna eat on this a little bit more and get some more notes. But honestly, it works well either way. Doesn't always happen like that, boys.
Likes it both ways.
ACDC.
I love it when it works both ways, man. Cool, Miscellaneous. Thank you, brother. Cheers to you. Cheers, brother. All right.
Cheers.
Cool. Well, so far so good, right? For the most part. Let's stir this up. Let's get the beer first. To anyone just coming in, I'm doing an Anchorage. This is called the Shield Maiden. It's a 10% triple. And we're going to look at it. We're going to smell it right now. Orange is the biggie. Orange, grapefruit, slight pine. Smells creamy and sweet. Has a citrus edge to it. Wow, what is that other smell I'm getting? It has a fragrance to it. Almost floral, but it's not. floral. I wouldn't say, maybe like orange blossoms or something. Honey. Wow, this thing is crazy. What is that other smell I'm getting? It's got to be like an evergreen or some kind of like piney thing or something. Fresh pine trees with a fruity orange and there is a tropical definitely. Maybe a little mango in there, maybe some guava. It has a bit of a funk to it. God, that's really nice though. That smells really good. Nice hazy beer, good looking New England style in this glass. Good lacing hanging around. A little bit of leggage. Opaque, can't see through it. Orange colored, off-white head, a little bit of an orange or a yellow kind of tint to the head. Good retention. Yeah, I like what it looks like. I like what it smells like so far. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, beer man.
Oh boy.
Cheers.
It's like this is like big time orange. Orange is the biggest component in this beer. Pine and orange. I wouldn't say even pine. It's definitely not. I don't think it's pine. I think it's more of a spruce tip. It's more of a spruce tippy kind of feel. With that orange, and it's an old orange, and it's got a pithiness to it, real soft undertone to it. In the mouth feels very soft. I wouldn't say super creamy, but does have a creamy kind of not silky, more of a creamy, as Alex likes to put it, but very nice sweet cream. Maybe a little wheat or a mixture of both wheat and oats flaked. Very nice cereal kind of beer. Oh man, it tastes like what is it? What's those orange with wine in the morning? Champagne and orange. What are those called? What are those orange wine things? Where they put orange
You think
juice
about
in?
mimosas?
Yeah, it's like a mimosa. It's got a bit of a grape kind of skin tannin in there with a bit of that spruce tip and with that orange and then pineapple and a little grapefruit. And that's really all that I get, but it's so freaking rich. Super rich beer. Easy to drink. Body's like a medium, full medium. Super nice. A good dryness in the finish. Has a slight dryness. Good enough though. Very well balanced for the style. All right, so we got this cheese. It's a strawberry goat cheese. Tanner said he had it already. Now it's my turn. Get the strawberry coming out of it. Creamy strawberries, like cream, almost like cream cheesecake, strawberry cheesecake or something. It's got a saltiness there that's got a sweetness. It's got that milky component. There's the big word of the day, component. Very nice. It's soft. It's crumbly. Now we're going to eat it. Cheers. Cheesers.
Cheers.
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 Right, oh, boy. Right away, I get strawberry. Strawberry cheesecake. Big time. Oh, that's so good. It's sweet. It's tart. It's got a lemony kind of citrus in there. You still get that goat cheesy citrus funk with that strawberry sweetness, the berry. It's so good. I love strawberries so much. This would be good with a chocolate stout or something, like an adjunct chocolate stout or something like that, like a milk chocolate stout. All right, let's have this with this beer and see if it goes good. Cheesers.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Again.
Put that on a
Mm.
put that on a bagel there, beer man.
Oh fuck, that sounds good.
Ha!
That sounds really good.
Some banana slices. Yes.
Even peanut butter. Oh, that's good. Oh, all of a sudden the orange isn't old anymore. Not that the old orange was bad, because I do like that old, like the super ripe orange. It's not super ripe anymore. It's just perfect. It's like that. It perfected the sweetness of that orange that I was getting, and it mixes in with the strawberry kick, and then you're getting that milky dose from the cheese. So it's almost like fills the body of the beer even more. Gives it kind of a lactosey kind of thickness and sweetness. That really rubs in well with this cheese. With the cheese, this is a great combo. Man, I strongly suggest marrying up with the goat cheese and a freaking New England, because that is not like a fruited goat cheese. That's really good, dude. Let's go beer than cheese. That's good that way. It smothers the flame. You just want to like have some more beer. I'd rather have beer before cheese, or cheese before beer. Excuse me. That's really good. That's a very good combination. I'm very happy. So, and I'm also happy that you guys have had some good combinations as well. So let's go ahead and let's get back to Bumpy. Cheers, guys. And get our last thoughts.
Cheers.
Cheers, beer.
Oh, the damn triple X fuckies.
Josh got him.
Cool. Thank you.
Panhandle.
Yeah, for the cheese, it was interesting. Definitely getting back to the back rind that wasn't a good part of the cheese. But yeah, it was definitely an interesting cheese where it reminded me of shake and bake pork chops. So I'm gonna throw a 43 out of 50 at the cheese. I'm gonna say it's very good. I can definitely see it. It kind of matches up with a few different things, like those urban whatever crackers, urban veggie crackers, things like that. It's kind of the same type of seasonings on those things. Yeah, it went well with the beer as well, which I didn't think it was really going to work, but it did. The beer was nice. Pretty juicy, pretty well balanced, gave off some good aromas, and yeah, nice, decent flavors. I'm going to go ahead and give the beer a 44.5 out of 50, which is going to land it in the very good range as well. So the beer was Bond Cliff from Resilience, which is a side project of Schilling Beer Company, and the cheese was from Bella Rosa, and it's called Prima Bella Italian herb Havarti cheese. If anybody's interested in finding any of those. And I think I paid for Tommy Carroll for the beer. I think it was $16.99 for a 4-pack for that. Something close to that.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it was between $17 and $18 somewhere around there.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
All
Cheers.
right. What did you give for the combo score? I'm
I
sorry.
don't give scores. I just say that.
Yeah, you just kind of say good or bad or whatever. Yeah, gotcha. Okay. Thanks, Bumpy, man. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right.
Cheers.
Chad's killing it right now.
All right. I'm gonna go over the score for the It's Complicated Being a Wizard double IPA. I like the green apple note. I like a little bit of the apple note. This, for what I had in front of me, it was a little bit more malt forward. There was a lot of caramel malt that was noticeable. I'm going to give it like an 84 out of 100. Still a good beer. Drank the whole thing. Went down super easy. 8%. Wasn't really noticeable at all. Very drinkable for what it was. Some good flavor notes. The reason for the somewhat lower score, I'm not a big fan of the malt forward double IPAs. This one might have been a little bit on the older side, starting to bend, I guess, as Beerman calls it.
Yeah.
I'd like to try it a little bit fresher. Maybe my opinion of it would change. By the color of the beer, it kind of looked like it was more towards like a little bit more of a malty double IPA, more like American IPA. But yeah, that's that. The Cabot Farmhouse Reserve. I got the rest of it cut up. Probably gonna eat the rest of this. This is very good. Definitely a little bit on the sweeter side. Wouldn't necessarily call it creamy. Like I said, it was like a 60% dry, 40% buttery. I think it's got a good amount of saltiness. I think that's why I'm like I keep diving in. The salt just makes you want to keep eating more of it. I'm gonna give this cheese like a 93. Very good, especially for the price. I mean, I think it was like 340, 350 for a 6 ounce block. Can't go wrong. As far as just like a cheese, you just sit here and snack on, top notch. As far as the pairing, I would say that I would think that I think this cheese would go a little bit better with a little bit more of a double New England IPA, like that I'm kind of like that I would give in like the 90 range. Um, I'll give it like 87, 87 out of 100 for the pairing. I will possibly in the future try to pair. Maybe I'll go back to it, of course, not back to back. I'm gonna eat the rest of it tonight. But maybe down the line, I'll go back to this farmhouse reserve, and I'll pair it with a another double New England IPA that I maybe not to knock Burlington Beer Company. But like I said, I'm just not a big fan of the more malt forward double IPAs. But yeah, down the line, I'll possibly try something else. Overall, it was a good pairing. Nothing offensive, which is always nice. There was nothing that made me feel like, oh, this is gross. So that's always a plus. But yeah, overall, decent pairing. So cheers.
Cheers, man. Right on. Cool. Good enough. Good enough.
Yeah.
All right. Cheers, bro. All right, Miscellaneous.
All right. So yeah, on Untapped, this gets a 4.26. It's pretty high.
That is. Sure is.
It's honestly, I think it's what 6.5. That's a pretty good sized pale ale.
Sure. Yeah. It's like an
Um,
imperial pale. Almost like, yeah.
I mean, if there was such a thing,
Right.
your glasses are crooked. Fuck boy. Get fucked, nerd. How about that?
Cheesers.
Honestly, I could see like a general like score it getting that high of a consensus. For what it is, it's a West Coast Pale Ale. I wish it was a little bit more aggressive with the hops, but it is. It's got a nice pine, earthy, dank, slight citrus thing. It's not super caramel forward. I will say that. It's a good, easy drinking beer. Like I said, I wish it just does had a little bit more carbonation, something a little bit more going on with the body, but it is pale ale, so it is what it is. That being said, I genuinely enjoy this. Like I said, back in the day when craft beer wasn't as big and people were getting this stuff, I could definitely see scores like that. It's an OG. It definitely you should. I don't know. Pay homage to it. A lot of people are just like, "Oh, it's zombie dust, man." But I I enjoy it. So that being said, I'll give it an even 90. I think it's a decent beer. More than drinkable, better than good. Um, Not bad at all. The cheese, the Snowdonia cheese, the bouncing berry, cranberry, mature cheddar cheese. I will say this: the longer it sat out, it did become a lot more sweeter in general. Like when it was not too long out of the fridge, it was definitely more on that mature cheddar side. Not super dry, crumbly, like I said, like Tanner's. None of that reserve stuff, but really, really good. It brought the best of both worlds. It had a savory and a sweet aspect to it, which I couldn't complain. Um, yeah. So I had the cheese and the beer, and like you said, I might even fucked it up what I said in the chat, but it definitely having the cheese and then drinking the beer makes the beer a little bit more hop aggressive, hop forward, where I think this beer would be very well rounded if it just stood at that point and didn't need the cheese to get it there. But definitely a lot more flavorful, a lot more hop action. And then, like I said, having the beer and then the cheese definitely brought out a more sweeter aspect, turned it into more of like a dessert like cheese, which I did like as well. So, yeah, overall, oh, I didn't score the cheese by itself. Shit. I would get this cheese. It's moderately priced for $6.45. Yeah.
Cheers, baby.
I would buy this cheese. I would recommend it if you want to try something different and you want a nice cheddar that's probably going to throw you for a loop. I'd recommend it. I stick it at a 95. It's good cheese. I would buy it again. Certain situations, I think this could go good with some other pairings too. Maybe if you like I said, you let it sit out to where it gets a little bit more sweeter, dessert like, and then have it with like a nice sour or something would be good, like a Berliner or a kettle sour. I think that would work as well. Pairing wise, like I said, it worked either way. And that being said, I'll give it a 98 on the pairing. It worked out well. I was genuinely surprised, and it's different. I didn't know. I was like, I could be going down the wrong path with this beer, with this cheese, but it worked out. I can't complain. So, cheers, guys.
Nice. Cheers, dude. That's very good to hear.
Cheers, bro.
All right. No, I'm glad, dude. I'm glad you guys have had. It's so fun, right? I was talking to my boss tonight, and one of my bosses anyway, and he was interested in this, and he's like, "What do you do? What is it?" And I'm like, you pair cheese and beer together, and you see if it goes well, and that's what we do. We've been doing it for 3 years, and he's like, "Wow, let me know, dude. What do you so I can watch it." But it's so fun, man. No, it's good to see that you guys are, really getting. I love it when you guys get into this, man. So thanks for being here. But no, the cheese that I had tonight was freaking sensational. I love strawberries on top of that. I mean, if it's a blueberry one, I like it too. Pineapple with that blueberry was good. Just so good. Even goat cheese alone with like a saison or something like that, or some kind of soured beer, soured wild ale. It's so good, man. But this cheese was delicious. I'm gonna give it like 100 because I just loved it. The beer is definitely the same level. I would say it's probably one of my favorite New England styles so far. There's so many others though. I'm gonna stick it at a 95. We'll go 95 just to be safe because there's so many other good New Englands out there. But boy, do they put out some good stuff if you can afford them. They are $7 to $8 a fucking 16, but boy, God, they're good. So that orange was really getting me. Like the little spruce tippy kind of wine thing, the grape and grapefruit, the grape tannin kind of skin and the grapefruit. Just very nice, very good, decadent beer. Very awesome. It didn't have the alcohol either. It was I'm feeling it now. It's starting to kind of absorb into my bloodstream, but very nice. I would give that like a 95 for sure. The pair was absolutely amazing. I thought it was excellent. Try a New England. try a New England with the fruit, like with a nice fruity goat cheese, and bring it to the table, and let me see what you think. So I would give that like a 97. Man, we're going 100, man. This was really good. It is goat cheese with a fruited sour is excellent too, in my opinion. But this was good. I don't know why. Something happened in that combination that made it 100. So we're going Alex style 100 on the combination. I'm very happy. So try it for yourself. All right. So that's world class. That's like a world class combination. All right. Well, let's get on with the let's do our shouts, man. Let's do that. Let's promo it. And starting with Bumpy. Let's get this thing going.
Right. Yeah, so 3 times a week I'll be putting out a 50-point inspection video. I have a live stream on Monday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, start of the show. It's called New Brew. Just bring a beer that you've never had before to join up on the panel. I'd just like to shout out. Oh, I should probably mention in a couple of weeks on New Brew. So not this upcoming Monday, but the following Monday will be a Christmas themed one. So just bring either a beer style that you'll find around Christmas or holiday season. Obviously, that not a style that you've never had, but a beer that you've never had, at least in that style. Or like a holiday themed beer that you've never had. That's in 2 weeks. So other than that, shout out FLX beer reviews, and let's go check out Dan and Mike. Tell them Bumpy sent you if you haven't already watched any of their videos. All right. Cheerios. Thanks for having me on.
Cheers. You're welcome. Anytime. Thanks for being here.
Cheers, Bumpy.
Cheers.
All right. Will Mix tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. My channel. Bring anything you want to mix, as long as something you got that you're mixing with has some type of alcohol in it, some type of alcoholic beverage. It's pretty much like open bar, kind of live hangout. But we talk about the cocktails or whatever you're mixing. We do cubes of beers. Shout out to FLX Beer Reviews. Joe from the Beer Patrol. They know all about the cube, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty much it's kind of hangout. I try to stick to more of like the hangout, just have a good time. Not so straightforward where you got to do something totally serious after two other reviews. So look out for that tomorrow. Shout out to Thomas Pone 75, also known as Masters Beer Reviews, also known as Eric. Wildcard Wednesday tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. If he's not hosting it, Alex Beer Master is hosting it. He also does Food Fridays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time Fridays. And Josh, go check out Josh. Beer Bowl Discussion, Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Sunday. So
Sunday.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right. Cheers, Beer Hound. Just popped in. Cheers, man. Cheers, Bill.
Well, all right. I guess it's on me. So, me. Thursday night beer session. Go check that out. It's going to be with Beer Man this week. I was trying to get him on week 1. There's scheduling issues and all types of malarkey. So, Bumpy last week. So we'll be having 2 products a person. We'll come on and review it. It's casual hangout review for about an hour. And other than that, I got a beer mail today. So if you want to go check that out, feel free. Scored some pretty good stuff. Can't complain. Who else?
Sam on Instagram.
Huh?
Sam on Instagram.
That guy. I mean, shout out that Aussie bastard. This long, red-haired, bearded fella been running around on the YouTube recently. Sam Smalley in the chat. Go check him out. Short and Stout beer reviews on Instagram. Good dude. Maybe he'll get something shaken on YouTube. Probably not likely, but he likes to hang out. And other than that, cheers to all the UK guys. I love hanging out with them. They got a good beer community, good hangout community as well. So, cheers.
Nice. Cheers, Miscellaneous Brew Reviews. Okay. I'm buzzing. All right. Yeah, so beer and cheese next week will be the same. Just bring it. Whatever you'd like. I don't care who wants to come up to. Just, let me know ahead of time or something. I can get you the link. I don't like to throw the link out in the chat too much. But we'll figure it out. 8 o'clock Eastern for that, as same as today. Wednesday, tomorrow, will be a Talladega Nights, the movie theme. So I found something miraculously weird. I just pulled it. Well, the guy, he came over and he's like, the owner, he's like, hey, try this one out. And I looked at it when I got home and I was like, geez, that's perfect. So it's weird how things work out, but that was a hard one to find. 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock my time tomorrow, starting our apocalypse or our the fucking, what do we call it? Jesus, I forgot the word. When we start the gauntlet.
Apocalypse.
And then I have a video I'm actually going to try and edit differently. So look out for a new kind of editing job from Beer Man here in this little bit. I have something coming up. I'll be putting that up. And I'm actually going to be ordering some ingredients for some beer. So we'll be doing, I want to do another live stream. I think those were kind of fun. It's kind of like having friends there when you're brewing. I just like that. As long as I don't mess up. Get distracted, but it's cool. I just got to remember not to drink so much. But hopefully it won't be an 8-hour long fucking live. But in the future, look out for that. 3 people. I'm gonna shout 3 this time. We got Dickie's Beer Reviews, man. Guy's a cool dude. Go check him out. He's in a league, I guess, bowling league. So he's got his latest thing was up there, and then he did some kind of blonde. I need to go look at blonde ale. And then you got Thrash Life, who just hit his monetization. So cheers to him. He does, mainly deals with horses. He brews beer. He does stuff like that. Very cool guy. We've known him in the group here for a while. And then Beer Hounds Beer Reviews just popped up. Go check him out, man. Check out Bill. He's got the Tustin hanger. I need to look at that. I don't know what the hell that is, dude. But I'm gonna look. Oh, it's an airplane hanger. In Tustin, California, I think is what you're. And then Modern Times, he's doing a Modern Times submersible city coconut stout. That sounds really fucking good. I'll look at that. Beer Hounds Beer Reviews. So man, great chat tonight. Awesome. Everyone was very cool and responsive and just really cool to each other. I appreciate that, except for the XXX fuckies. Go suck it somewhere else. And of course the panel here, man. Thanks, Bumpy Road Brews. Cheers to you. Cheers East Coast Elk Reviews. Cheers, Miscellaneous Brew Reviews. Thank you guys so much again for being here and supporting the whole experience. Man, Miscellaneous and Bump East Coast. Tanner's been here a while too, so it's really nice to have Tanner sticking around and just really going on. I love the group we have. Bumpy and Miscellaneous have been here from the start. We've been doing this for 3 years, so I'm almost 3 years, I think. And it was just, it's just really cool to have you guys still stick around. So thank you. Hey, world's largest wooden structures. Oh wow, I'm look at that video. Cheers to Sam. Yeah, love you, man. Like to shout out Bumpy's dog for putting up with an owner like him. All right, guys. Well, we're on our way out. We don't have Alex to send us out, so you guys have a good night, day, wherever you're from, this beautiful world. But not after one more sip, if you guys have it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Got
And
it.
cheers
Right
to
on.
JV in the chat, too.
Mm-hmm. JV, everyone. Blue ice, too. Blue ice. All right, cheers.